All right, let's turn this thing on. Hi folks, quick primer here on the use of brine bags when doing a lacto-fermentation. What I've got are a couple of quart jars with some sliced peppers, the last of my harvest. I'm going to seal them up, and you're going to see how quick, how easy, and how cheap this is. It's totally effective. The idea is that the bag covers the entire surface from all the way around the inside edge of the jar. The weight of the brine that goes into the bag holds everything below the surface. It acts as an airlock because the gases can bubble out from underneath it. And, if you're worried about spillage, put it in a bowl or a tray. So here we go. I'm just going to adjust the camera down so you can see what I got. Sorry, this is as short as the tripod gets. So what we've got here, I've got 2 jars with sliced hot pickles. I've added a 3% brine into the jars. You can see I've got a wide mouth and a regular mouth mason jar. This method is effective with anything. I use it in a 5-gallon crock when I do sauerkraut, and it works just the same. So it's this simple. We take an ordinary small freezer bag. We put it in the top of the jar, and as you can see, my fingers are going to go in and just tuck it properly. I'm going to pull it down over top, and I'm going to add, again, a 3% brine. In case the bag leaks, we don't want to dilute the ferment. So I add some brine. Again, I'm going to go in, just make sure it's sealed all around the edge. I'm going to do the same on this other jar. This is the narrow mouth. Again, we're just going to tuck it inside all the way. I may get some overflow here, which is easy to deal with a small bowl. So we'll set it in there. I'll get another one for the first jar. Again, I'm going to pour in my brine. Go in. You can see I'm getting some spillage now. That's fine and nothing to worry about. Now, everything in there, I can see I've got some seeds floating up along the rim. I'm just going to tuck those underneath to avoid any mold. Although I have never had a problem with mold or with calm yeast using this method. It just works. So again, we tuck all the way around the inside of the jar. There's some seeds here that are being stubborn. We'll poke them in. All right, there we go. You can see my fingers working around the inside. They're not in contact with the food. Again, they're inside the brine bag. I'm going to pull that bag down over. I'm going to just adjust this one slightly, just to make sure that looks like a pretty good seal all the way around. That's it. That is how you do a brine bag. You do not need a fermenting lid. You don't need anything special. Let me swing this up a bit. It's literally a bit of salt water, and I mean, what does one plastic bag cost? One freezer bag, it's a pack of 10 for about $1. So, 10 cents for a bag, and away you go. These will sit for somewhere between 3 weeks to a month, and then they'll go in the fridge, and we'll have pickled peppers for the rest of the winter. Enjoy. The next one I'm going to do will be to show you again really quickly how I use vacuum bags. So stay tuned. I should have that up in the next day or so. Happy fermenting.